When it comes to Days of Our Lives, every fan has their own opinion, and Soap Pup is no different. For 5 days we sat and watched the good, the bad, and everything in between, and now we offer you a handy review, and a cheeky critique, of the Days of Our Lives week that was. Days of Our Lives, a critic's week in review of the many different kinds of sex that a soap character can have, and the list includes romantic sex, and OMG we're both going to die sex. Perhaps the soapiest is hate sex, generally because it almost always evolves into romantic sex. See Gwen Rizchek, Emily O'Brien, and Xander Cooks. Paul Telfer, hate smooching and hate dry humping on the much-beloved Horton family sofa. Call us crazy, but we saw some definite sparks between Ij Demera, Dan Furical, and DA Melinda Trask, Tina Huang, and Ij and Nicole Walker-Brady, Ariane Zucker, so we wouldn't be opposed to seeing either one of those contentious pairings engage in a little bit of hate sex before slowly developing into something more. Ij and Melinda could become the power couple that Days of Our Lives is in desperate need of, and since so many Salemites are prone to rule bending, perhaps Ij could persuade Melinda to go into legal partnership together. Likewise, the potential of Ij and Nicole actually forming a romantic bond just prior to the inevitable return of Sami Brady Demera, Allison Sweeney, opens up all kinds of juicy possibilities. And speaking of couples being paired together just to be broken up, are we really supposed to believe that Rafe Hernandez, Galen Gearing, and Ava Vitale, Tamara Braun, and Chloe Lane, Nadia Bjorlin, and Philip Kyriakis, J. Kenneth Johnson, are endgames? Firstly, Chloe and Philip are DOA. They didn't work back in the early aughts, that would be the decade between 2000 and 2009, in case you were wondering, and they don't work now, and please, please, please don't put Chloe with Brady Black, Eric Brady. Much like the Floey ship, the bro one has sailed. If we had our druthers, Ava would be with Brady, who loves him, an anti-heroine. Just ask Teresa Donovan and Kristen Demera, and Chloe with Rafe. Now those are couplings with legs, and we may be permitted to play Armchair Matchmaker once more. We'd also like to stump for Chanel Dupree, Raven Bowen / Trip Dalton, Lucas Adams, hookup. Now, we're not saying that these two could make a go of it as a bona fide couple, but it sure would be shocking to see them react in such a way given the tension that's developed between them over Allie Horton, Lindsay Arnold. Further Days musings: how harsh was it to hear rape survivor Allie slut-shame her mother, whom she apparently believes slept willingly with both Lucas Horton, Brian DiTillo, and Ij. Say what you will about Ij and Sami's love story, the fact remains that Johnny Demera, Carson Boatman, is the product of the rape. And speaking of Ij and Johnny, can Ij be any more of a terrible father? And before anyone uses the excuse that Ij was himself raised by a tyrannical papa, please remember that Stefano Demera did not raise him. Kind-hearted, salt-of-the-earth Edmund Crumb did. Days of Our Lives, DOOL, airs weekdays on NBC. Check your local listings for airtimes. For more about what's coming up in Salem, check out all the latest that's been posted on Days Spoilers, and for an in-depth look at the show's history, click here. Ad block test: why?